Good morning. It's almost noon, but it's still morning. We want to welcome you to the Cannon County Chamber Connection. And of course, we're here with Tom from DTC because they're always good to let us have this time to focus in on things that are happening in Cannon County. And Tom is with us today, and we want to thank him and DTC for giving us a chance to do this. I will tell you this, well, you know, today is the 1st of May, so this is May Day. And when we're done here, we've tied streamers to a pole, and Tom and I are going to go out there and skip around the pole. And so, you know, you don't want to miss that. I mean, come on. No, that's what we used to do when we were little on May Day. I don't know what they do now or if they even do that at all.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Edgar Evans State Park.
Fountain Anna do that too. So, see, it's not gone.
No, but Lori does it.
Okay. Yes, I think I seen that. I seen pictures of that on Facebook. I do. You know, DTC not only gives us this opportunity, but they also help with one of the events. The biggest fundraiser the chamber has is with the Color of Fall Car Show. And we have cruise-ins that lead up to that every month. And DTC has been kind enough to sponsor our sound and our DJ for those events, and we do appreciate it. They also give away a 32-inch TV, which will be awarded at the Color of Fall Car Show, along with hats or T-shirts. And we just really appreciate that, and the people that come to the cruise-ins appreciate it. Everybody likes a T-shirt. They don't really care what's on it. They just want a T-shirt. So that all works for me. We did have our first cruise-in of the season last Saturday. We had over 80 cars, which for me, for a cruise-in, that's a pretty good crowd. And I didn't have one complaint. Now, there might have been some, but they just didn't tell me. But we had the baseball team that sponsored our food booth, which raises money for them. And they had some great food, so everything was good. We have lots of events that happen in May. I mean, this is like somebody opened the doors and let everybody in or want everybody to come in. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit later on about that. But right now, we have some guests, and we also can focus on things that are actually not right in Cannon County, but we have a lot of state parks in Tennessee. And I guess the closest one to us is Edgar Evans State Park. And I have Fountain Anna Bertram here today. And Anna, I think you retired, didn't you? Should I even talk to you about anything? But Anna, you didn't retire, did you?
Well, I just retired from a paycheck.
Oh, well, don't we all? I mean,
Well, we're all volunteers at the park, and
Right.
I've been president for like 17 years, and I thought it was time for new blood, so I've stepped down from that. But I'm still active as far as the park is concerned, and Anna's still publicity chair, and I help her too. So.
well, all right. Got to work in pairs here to get this done. Anna, what's happening?
Well, there's a lot always happening in
I
our
know there
park.
is.
But my special interest today is to talk about the Storybook Trail. We started our Storybook Trail on June 2nd last year, which was National Trails Day. And we had a really big hoopla.
Well, good.
And we had a large crowd. We had 3 radio stations. We had all kinds of entertainment and opening of the aviary that had been built by a Girl Scout for her Silver Award, which is the highest they
Right.
go. We had guided and unguided hikes on the trail. We served lunch and so forth. It was a big event. Our book was about butterflies, and it's still there. If people want to see it and haven't seen it, this is their last chance, because right away we will begin a new trail and we'll have a new ribbon cutting on a new book on June 1st, which again is National Trails Day.
And that's a possum.
Yeah, it's about Polly Possum. It's called Anybody Home, and she's an expectant mama possum looking for an appropriate home. And she goes from woods critter to try to find a place to live. And it is an enchanting little book. I believe everyone will certainly enjoy this as much as they have the butterflies, even though it's a different type of book. Most of the school kids and library kids will be familiar with Bob Tarter and his wild animals from NHECM. He has changed the name to Animology, but it's still the same famous Bob Tarter and his animals. And he will be there to bring his animals, and he hopes to bring a young possum among his other animals.
Tell him if he needs one, I got one. I got several of them.
Oh, really? Well, I will tell him. But we again will serve lunch. We hope to have radio stations broadcasting live again. And there will be guided and unguided hikes, and several libraries in the area will again be there, and they will bring arts and crafts for the kids to do there. And there will be some surprises for the kids that attend too. But one of the libraries that will be taking part in it this year is the Cannon County Adams
good.
Memorial Library. And they will be supplying some crafts along with the others. And some of the other libraries are the Smith County Library System, the DeKalb Library System, the Putnam County Library System, and we'll also have the Cookeville Children's Museum. So it's a big event, and it's a lot of fun.
When is this event?
June 1st.
All
At
right.
10 o'clock in the morning until 1:30 in the afternoon, with a light lunch served, and of course, a possum cake.
Well,
We will have a possum cake, and you must come for that. It'll be served with lemonade, hot dogs, chips. It will be a fun time.
And this is at no charge.
No charge, and it is a party, so be prepared for a party format, which everybody loves.
everybody loves a party,
Everybody.
especially if
But
it's
there's
free.
no individual invitations are issued. It's open to the public, and it's for all of the children and their caregivers, whether they are parents or grandparents or aunts or uncles or guardians or whatever. And even if you don't have a child and you're young at heart and you would like to walk the half-mile trail and read the book and take part in the party, you're welcome too. So that's one of our events that's coming up, Carolyn.
I would have to have one of those things like they used to carry Cleopatra around on. Because I
Well,
couldn't walk
no.
the half mile.
Now, we do offer guided hikes, but we don't offer backpacking
Right.
hikes where we backpack you in, Carolyn.
There you go, a mule or something.
So that's my spiel on this book and our trail, and we're looking forward to it. On May 4th, the Edgar Evans State Park Run Club will have a run, and since it's on May 4th, their slogan, I believe, is "The Fourth Be With You." And I believe everyone who takes
That's
part gets a
catchy.
free T-shirt.
Well, there you go.
And there will be some really good prizes. One of the differences about the runs at Edgar Evans is they are a run and plunge event. We're right on Center Hill Lake, and at the end of the hike, you jump in the lake.
So when they tell you go jump off a cliff, then there you are, you're gonna do
That's
that.
right. And on July 15th through the 19th, there's the Junior Ranger Day Camp, which is also a park function, and it's a big deal. Let me tell you, I think last year they had a helicopter there to take the kids on rides. and
There you go,
fire
now I
trucks
could
and-
get that helicopter.
Yeah,
Fly me up that
everything,
trail,
so-
that'd work.
So that's what's going on right now.
Well, all right, well, I will tell you one thing. Last year, I went on the History Hayride. And I had so much fun, and it was so great that if you have never been on that, and this comes up in the fall of the year,
It's
right?
always in October.
Right.
Second Saturday in October, yes.
It is so fun, and of course, we have several people from Cannon County that appear as characters in the History Hayride. One of them's going to be on the show today, and she was well worth seeing, let me tell you, because she was so good. I just can't tell you all how good it was. And we had some lawyers, and we had their wives with the school board that all did characters. So we were real proud, and we had such a good time. So if you have never been on that, and you get a chance, by all means, that's worth going on, because we enjoyed every minute of it.
And we try to change the characters around from year to year to keep it fresh for everybody. So even if you have been on it, you need to go again, because you'll be seeing some new stuff.
Well, I wouldn't mind seeing the old ones.
Well,
I kinda like them.
Well, we do keep some of
We
the old
keep
ones.
some of the most popular characters
Okay.
from year to year. We tried to retire the Black Widow of Hazel Greed one year. She was the daughter of the founder of Liberty. Her name was Elizabeth Dale, son of Adam Dale. Well, we tried to retire her, and we had so many people say that
Complain.
that we had to bring her back. But
Well, she's worth having out there, I'll just tell you right now, because I got such a kick out of her. She played the role. You kind of felt like you were there,
That's
you know,
the
when you
whole-
were listening to her.
that's the whole idea of the History
Yeah.
Hayride. It's a performance, but the actors come right up and interact with the audience on
hands
the
on.
hay wagon. Yeah,
Hands-on.
very
It's
much
good,
so.
and you'll like it, and it's funny. I mean, you learn a lot. I did learn some things I didn't know, but that's nothing new to me. I always learn something I don't know most places I go. But they were funny. They were very humorous, and it was good. So if you get a chance, if you haven't been on that, you need to go on that.
All of
So-
our events are fun, though, Carol.
They are. I'm sure they are. That's just the one that I've been to, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and even my husband did.
But we'll have more information closer to date.
Right. Well, you know you'll be back. I'll have you back.
Yeah, you can't get rid of us.
And that'll be fine, because it was a fun time. And so, you know, our state parks are probably some of our finest jewels in Tennessee, and we need to support those, because we don't want them to go away.
That's true.
And we also don't want them privatized, or I don't anyway.
Amen.
I think those should be, they belong to the state and they belong to us. So that's my little spiel for today. Well, I thank both of you for
You're
being with
certainly
me
welcome.
again. And I have several guests today, so I'm gonna
All right.
say
Thank you for
goodbye for
having
now.
us.
Well, that's all
We
right.
appreciate it. It's
We'll
always-
talk again.
All right.
It's always fun to be here.
This is the one I've been telling y'all about. This one, she wears a lot of different hats. She just has on her Dottie West one today, but
That's right. That's right.
But if you haven't guessed, I have with me Lori Christensen, also known as Miss California. And she owns the Cannon Arts Dance Studio. She's very talented, very witty. And you're going to tell us about some things you've got coming up. Plus, you've been working on a new dance studio for several years now, haven't you?
5 years and 500 hours just into the floor itself, the professional dance floor we're putting in for the community. So it's going to
And
be
you
fabulous.
did want to dance, you did want to talk a little bit about that, didn't you?
I did, but I'm going to start off with our current events coming
That's
up.
fine.
Why I'm dressed as Dottie West, even though I love her. You know, she is a native of McMinnville, Tennessee, right down the road. And so she's got a lot of ties in this area. So May 11th, we're having our annual recital called Tennessee Soundtrack. It's going to be at the Park Theater at 7 p.m. And you're going to see Dottie. You're also going to see Johnny and Dolly and a host of other Tennessee celebrities, as well as 88 students. We have 88 students now at the dance studio. We do everything from ballet, tap, jazz, hip hop, and clogging. So we're going to have a variety, and students as young as 2.5 to 3 to as old as moi are going to be dancing.
Well, there
So-
you are. And I've seen moi dance before.
So it's going to be fun. We've even got some of our dads in the number with their daughters.
I've seen that
Dolly
on
Parton, I
Facebook,
Will
and-
Always Love You.
And they
Yeah.
were doing ballet moves, weren't they? Or sort of.
Our dads.
The little girls were doing ballet. I'm not sure what the dads were doing, but
Hey, real men do ballet and wear pink. So there you go. And that's what our studio is open for all. So that's May 11th. And I'm going to tell you a few other dates that are coming
Okay.
up. So May 18th, if you miss us at the Park Theater, we're going to give a truncated show at the Good Old Days from
Okay.
12:30 to 1:30. We'll be on stage, taking the stage, and each class will be doing one number, so you can get an overall feel of what our studio is like and what we offer. And it's always a lot of fun. We love Good Old Days right here in Camden County. And Dottie West, even though she's from McMinnville, we're going to allow her in, right?
yes,
Karen?
we do.
Okay. And then I'm proud to say that we're going to be offering, we're actually going to be sponsoring a special professional ballet folklorico group. Is coming June 15th to hopefully dance on our new floor at the new studio. They're coming from Los Angeles. I teach folklorico in the school district, and we have a club called California Club, and we've gone to Disney with this club and done other things. It's the type of dance you might see in Coco with the big skirts, and we've done it at the Art Center and Good Old Days. Anyway, we're bringing a professional group. We're going to have a workshop. It will be open to anyone who wants to come, and there'll be a nominal fee just to cover the instruction. But if you haven't seen this type of dancing, it is powerful, it's colorful, and it's something I don't think Camden County's ever had before.
I like all kinds of dancing. I do.
So
I like it all.
that's coming up on the 15th. And then June 24th through 28th, we have our senior camp, our senior intensive for our older dancers. It's going to be led by Cora Wright. She is at MTSU. And Caroline, I can't really say exactly yet, but we have been establishing some contacts with MTSU, possibly going to have some collegiate involvement with our dance program.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's going to be, we're taking it up a notch. So if you're a senior dancer, this would be the intensive for you for ballet, modern. We'll offer different types, but it's going to be really, really fun. July 8th through 12th is our junior. So if you're 2.5 and up, I get a lot of calls for little babies. This is the dance camp you want. It's going to be castles and crowns. Going to do a lot of prince and princess type stuff with swords and crowns and tutus and dragons. And Ashley Wilson Hardage, actually, who is also from Camden County, will be teaching in that dance camp as well. Okay. So we've got a lot of strong Camden County representatives here. And then you asked me about the new studio.
I am. I can hardly wait to see it.
Well, we are hoping.
I may go in there and do the twist on it. Can you do that?
I would love for you to do that. Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
No,
This would
I'm
be
lying.
No,
I'm
no,
lying.
you're not. You're going to come. So July 27th is National Dance Day for the whole nation, and we are hoping that's when we're hoping to have our grand opening. And yes, you're right. We've worked 5 years on this. We've had a fire. We've had a flood. We've had everything that could happen. I've been tested like the daughter of Job, right? And it is about ready to open. We have a professional dance floor that many people say they have a floating floor, or they put a little pad underneath. We have spent 500 hours on this floor. We've contacted a company to certify this as a professional dance floor. We have a basket weave system underneath that supports the top, so that when our dancers, and when you come and twist, by the way, and you do all those
Well,
moves,
my feet won't come off the floor, I'll just say it right.
no, I want to see those feet off the floor. But in any case, if your feet did come off the floor, it's going to have that give to it. So
Right.
to
Cuts
protect
down
our
on injuries. Huh?
yes, it does. Cuts down on injuries, and it's a more professional environment. And we hope to attract some more professional companies like the Ballet Folklorico and different companies to
That's
come.
a big building.
It is a big building. The floor is about 1,350 square feet, and I know because I have vacuumed, sanded,
Painted.
nailed. That's just the floor. We have an upstairs too. We call it the wine room, and I'm not going to tell you about that.
Well, all
right,
right,
I
I
just
think you
mentioned
said
it.
it all right there.
Oh, that's if people need to go and whine about the program, right? But it's very beautiful. We've got that upstairs. We are really, really proud of this, and we think it's going to be a fabulous addition. We thank Cannon County for being patient with us, but my husband, Greg Christensen, and myself have done the whole thing, and basically he engineered the entire thing.
And Greg is a perfectionist, so if he's going to do something, it's going to be done right.
She said it, not me. But that is the truth. And
Yes,
so
it is.
you can bet that the inside, we built a shack, what we call a shack, so we're going to offer mini performances at the studio as well. It'll have stage lighting. So for Christmas, or you know how we participate Christmas on the square, ho, 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 maybe
That'd
Santa
be
can
great.
come whisk through there. It'll be really great for the community, so.
Well, that's really good. I'm excited. I've been waiting for
I
5
know.
years.
I know, and sometimes we show a car at the same time.
Yes,
I'm
you
going to
do.
plug the cruise-ins, and then we run across and do that. And Caroline is also somebody who wears many hats, too. So.
Well, so yeah, sometimes I do, but it's okay. That's the job I have, so that works out okay.
Okay.
But
I
I'm
think-
anxious to see it, and you haven't retired from the History Hayride.
I have not retired from the History Hayride. I try, but in fact, the History Hayride, I have a beautiful, authentic Civil War period costume that Edgar Evans paid for, and a good friend of mine in Warren County, Rachel McGee, sewed. I also wear that at Stones River National Battlefield for the Hallowed Ground
perfect.
tour, and that's going to be starting. I'm going to plug for our national parks. I love Fountain Inn. I work with them at Edgar Evans, and I also do a lot of work for the national park system as well.
Are you still teaching school, or have you retired?
2 days a
from that?
week.
Okay.
So it's another hat
She
I
had
wear.
to squeeze it in there.
I teach
somewhere.
the enrichment or gifted program in
Okay.
Warren County. Yeah, so we're all
Right.
good. It's never a dull moment.
Well, I'll bet. If you're happy, I'm happy. But now, on your dance studio,
Yeah.
if you had a child that you wanted to enroll in this, exactly how would you go about that?
Okay, well, thank you for asking that question. We have a website. It's called Canon Arts Dance. We have online open registration right now for all of our dance camps. And we also have a site in Smithville, so we're offering the camps here in Woodbury and one in Smithville. And you just go on canonartsdance.com, and if you want to register, it'll say online registration. You're going to go to which location. We have it organized by age, and you go ahead and register. I mean, we want you to come on down. We want to show off our new studio. Dance Camp is going to be in the new studio. Woo! So it's going to be really exciting.
But they don't have to be from Cannon County. I
No.
mean, you have children from all over,
Oh,
don't
we
you?
have from a lot from McMinnville, hence
Yeah.
the Dottie West, and
go.
we've got Manchester covered, Kittrell, as I mentioned, Smithville out in that area. So we have we kind of serve this wide rural area here, and we take ages from dance camp. We are a little bit more lenient. We might do a 2.5-year-old, but for a full-on
It's hard to get them to focus.
herding cats, that's why I say 1 week. That's okay, but for a full-on year, we prefer 3-year-old, potty trained, no diaper, because we've had some accidents, and we can't have those on the new floor. You know what I mean? That's not going to happen.
Her husband would not like that.
Whoa, no, I don't know how. So from that age to, as I said, you and I, you could be clogging with us or tap dancing. We
You're
have
going to
adult
be
tap.
surprised. I used to clog. My feet won't do that anymore, but I used to, and I enjoyed it.
Right, so you could try. Well,
No, I can't. If I want to walk, I can't.
Oh, dear.
But maybe in the future, we'll see.
We're also on Facebook too, so if people, Canon Arts Dance, either on Facebook or they can call the studio. Can I give the number or?
Sure.
That would be 615-563-9122. And leave us a message. We're not there every hour of the day, and I will get back to you, or text me or email. We will be starting our new season August 1st. So it's too late. Obviously, we have 11 days till dance recital right now.
Right.
It's too late to join the full-on year program, but we're going to be starting in August, and we would love for you to come out. We are so excited about our program. We really focus on technique, on building the dancer, and that's what we're all about here.
Well, all right. We had a lot of guests today, and that's good because, like I say, things are opening up. We have some serious matters that we need to tend to, and we have some fun matters. And since the fun matter just walked out for one of them, but we got some other fun things we're going to talk about too. But now I have Miss Lacey Buchanan with me. And Lacey, you were over the CASA
Yes,
program,
CASA,
aren't you?
Court-appointed special advocates, that's right.
Okay.
Yes. So
What have you got coming up?
we
or-
have some fun fundraising events coming up. So CASA is a nonprofit program here in the county. That means that we are funded through grants that we apply for, fundraisers, and private donations. So we have a couple of fun fundraisers coming up to support the program. And before I talk about the fundraisers, if you don't mind, I'd like to share just a little bit about the program for people who haven't heard about it.
That's fine.
CASA is a program that advocates for abused and neglected children in the court system. Our program only provides for children in Cannon County, so anything that we do directly affects children in Cannon County and citizens in Cannon County. And the way that we do that is we recruit volunteers and we train them on how to go into the court system and gather information and just be an advocate for that child. And when CASA is involved in these cases, the children are statistically less likely to languish in foster care. They find a permanent home faster, and they find their permanent family faster, if that means going back with their family when their family's ready, or going into a permanent new home, whatever that looks like, they find it faster. And these children are more likely to have positive outcomes in a time in their life when they might be experiencing something traumatic. Generally, when children are removed from their home, it's for a bad reason, and so they've experienced a trauma, and CASA helps to come in and sort of mitigate the damage, if you will, and helps them through the process and helps get the court part of it, which is never fun, wrapped up, and the children in a place where they can be safe, happy, and healthy. So it's a wonderful program. It's very much needed in Cannon County. Unfortunately, I wish there were not abused and neglected children anywhere, but because there are, CASA does what they do. And because we are nonprofit, we do a lot of fun fundraising activities, and a couple things that we have coming up. The weekend of Memorial Day, so that'll be the Saturday May the 25th, we're going to be having a fun run. We're still sort of sorting the details out. We have to get with the city and map out our course just yet, but we're planning on having a 5K run for our runners. But we also want to encourage those of you who are not runners to come out and support our program. So we're planning on also doing a 1 mile fun run. You don't have to run. You can walk, you can jog, you can push a stroller. We are going to ask the city if you can bring your dog and walk your dog. We hope that people will be able to do that. I don't want to promise that yet. That'll be something that we'll have to get approved. But our theme is going to be superheroes. We're going to ask people to dress up in your best superhero garb. It'll be a superhero for children run, and that is going to be the Saturday of Memorial Day, May the 25th, and it'll be an early morning run because we want to get out of the way for the parade to come through later that day. So it'll be an early run. So if you want to keep up with updates about that as they come. If you want more information, you can check us out on Facebook for that. It's CASA of Cannon County, and we post all of that information on Facebook. We also, some exciting news, are swearing in our first group of volunteers on May 24th at 5 p.m. at the courthouse. It is going to be a very wonderful ceremony where our first set of volunteers will take their oath of commitment, and they will be ready to start serving children in our community. And these will be our very first freshman volunteers, and we're so excited to have the program moving forward like that. And that is May 24th. It will be at the courthouse in the courtroom. If you'd like to come and be a part of that celebration, we would love to have you. Please just let us know that you're coming so that we can make sure we have enough food to feed you. And you can contact us through the Facebook page, or we have email. It's CASA, C-A-S-A, Cannon Co. @gmail.com. And then another fun thing that we have coming up is a trivia night. Just get your competitive side ready. On June the 28th, we're going to be having trivia night at the Senior Center. And we are going to have teams of 6. So gather up your 5 smartest friends, and you guys all come on out, and we are going to have a trivia night. And there will be some food provided for that, and we're going to see who the smartest folks in Cannon County are. So brush up on your trivia knowledge, come out to that. Please do let us know that you're coming to that as well. Let us know who your team is, so that we can, again, make sure we have enough food for you, make sure that we provide enough tables and have this set up ready to go. So it's going to be a fun night, full of competition, and it's going all for a good cause to support our program, which supports abused and neglected kids in Cannon County.
And that is, again, what was
That
the
is
date?
June the 28th. It'll be at the Senior Citizen Center at 6 p.m. And you can RSVP to our Facebook page. You can reach out there, or to our email, casacannonco@gmail.com. And CASA is spelled just like home in Spanish, C-A-S-A. Yes, that's right. And so we do not have a phone number yet. We're working on that. So those are the 2 ways to reach out to us for now. So, yeah.
What is, when these volunteers go in, okay, you say that it's easier to place the children that are in jeopardy. If they're placed in another home, do these volunteers continue to visit, or is it just up to a certain point?
The volunteers will stay with that child until they are completely out of the court system, until they find permanency, and that they are safe and happy and in a permanent home.
Okay.
If that means in a brand new foster home, in a placement with a family member, or back at home if their parents, have gotten shaken up enough to realize that they needed to straighten up and that they're doing what they're supposed to do and they're ready to
Right.
take care of their kids, that can be the case as well. So we have one volunteer commits to one child through the entire process, because so often the child, they're pulled from their home, and so they don't get to see their parents very often, if at all in some cases. They're in a home where they don't know anybody. Their DCS workers might change often. The judge could change. Their guardian ad litem could change. So there's constantly new adults coming into their life. And the CASA volunteer commits to this child through the entire process. So it can be one person that they can always lean on and have there with them through the entire process.
This is good.
Yeah. Somebody to just be on
This
their
is a
side
good thing.
and
Now,
advocate for them.
Cannon County is not the only county that has a CASA
Oh,
program.
no, the CASA program is a national program, actually.
Right.
It's humongous. It is in 49 out of 50 states, and there are, well over 1,000 programs. And the way it works is we have a state CASA, and they do not do what we do. They support our local programs. So many counties, I think we're up to around 56 counties in the state of Tennessee have CASA
okay.
programs. So we're getting more and more programs. And of course, the bigger counties, Davidson, Shelby, all those have had programs for a long time. Rutherford County has a really wonderful, huge program. Compared to us, a huge program for sure.
Well, they have a lot more.
They do, yes.
people.
All of the big counties have had programs for a long time, and
Yeah.
so it's finally starting to get into these smaller programs. And obviously, always financing is the issue because it costs money to run these programs.
Right.
And they're all nonprofit, and they're
And these
all-
volunteers are just what they are.
and the volunteers are volunteers, that's right. And so it's a fine balance of making sure that the volunteers have enough time to do what they need to do, but aren't overwhelmed with it. It's not a full-time job. It's not a quit your job and do this kind of thing. You know, the average volunteer spends about 10 hours a month on what they do. And we train them to do everything that they do. So they don't, you don't just have to come in it and figure it out. But our state program supports our local program, and our local program supports our volunteers. So anything the volunteers need, we help them with. And if we need things, the state program helps us. And then there's a national program that helps the state. So it's
Yeah.
a very huge umbrella of programs. And CASA is a big, big network. And it's continued to grow. It started in the 70s, and it has continued to grow, and is projected to continue to grow because it's doing so much good for so many children in our country.
Because these situations do seem like, maybe I just hear about them more, but
They get a lot
it
of
seems
publicity.
like there's, it's happening more often
It seems
than
like
it
it.
used to.
Yeah, definitely. Well, they do get a lot of media coverage because there's not much that's worse than hearing about an innocent child getting abused or neglected. It's so heartbreaking.
You hear some really bad things too.
Yes,
You
it's
hear
hard to
some
fathom
really bad
sometimes.
things.
Yeah, it is, and these kids are sometimes dealing with this, on their own, and sometimes they're too young to even understand what's going on or why, and CASA just comes in to really, advocate for their best interest and get them through the process as quickly and easily as possible with whatever supports they can use, just to help, like I said, to mitigate the damage that this trauma can potentially bring.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Well, all right, I give you, I think you do well to do this.
Well,
I mean,
thank
I
you.
think it is needed, unfortunately. I'd like to say it's not, but it is.
unfortunately.
And I wish you all well.
Well, thank
along
you.
with the volunteers.
Thank you.
And we'll try to share these events
Yes,
on any of
absolutely.
the Facebooks, and DTC helps because I have 12 watchers that I know of. So that's 12 people that I know. We have more. I even have some out of Cannon
There
County
you
that
go.
watch it. All right, thank you, Lacey.
Thank you.
Now we're going to come to the fun part, aren't we? Gasaway Homecoming, June 1st, and I have Karen Ashford with me. And Karen, you've been in charge of this for how long?
Over 25 years.
Yeah, I knew it'd been a while.
I think it's about 27, but
But Gasaway is a small community, but they have a big time, don't they?
we do. We have a
We
big
do?
time. and
You do?
We'd like to have a big crowd this year for homecoming.
All right.
We're going to start off that day with the ham breakfast at 6 o'clock in the morning. We'll go 6 to 10 with the ham breakfast, and we have games at 9 o'clock for the kids. And you don't have to be a kid to join in the games. You can just be a kid at heart. That's
Okay,
fine.
that's all that
Yeah.
counts.
We have a frog jump, so kids bring your own frogs. We don't go out and catch the frogs for you. But we have had some. I don't think last year we had anybody bring a frog, but we have had some in the past, and we usually have a frog jump. Several of the old-fashioned games like we used to play.
Yeah, well, I don't think I'll be in the frog jump.
You can do the hula hoop, Carolyn.
I used to be able to do that, and I don't know what
I used to
happened. I
could too, but
forgot
I
how.
can't do it no more. So anyway, we have several different, and that goes from 9 to 10, the games do. And we do give prizes for the first place winners. They get $5.
Oh, well, come on, that's
Yeah.
all right.
It's not bad.
$5 is $5.
That's right.
I remember when we used to have the old time fair here, and I entered a couple of ceramic projects that I had made, and really I thought, I'm not going to win anything, but I did. I won first place, and I think I got $3. But I was happy because I won
Right.
second place in something else. I think I got
Sometimes it's just
$2.
having that name of being the first place winner, right?
Bragging rights.
Bragging rights.
At
that's
that
right.
time,
It's not
Karen,
the
no
money.
one knew me, so.
Well, I remember when they used to have at the good old days, they had kids come after 12 o'clock on Fridays,
The school.
and they would do all the school events.
They're going to do that again, but
Are
they're
they?
going to do it down at Dillon Park.
Okay. But they used to do it right
Yeah,
there at the
they did.
courthouse.
Well, no, they did. Well, yeah, I guess they did. The old time fair was out at the old fairgrounds,
Yeah,
and they had
Right.
everything, vegetables and
right.
canning and all of that, and I like that.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
And
Well,
I
we
will
don't
say
do the
McMinnville
canning, but-
still does that.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
We don't do the canning, but if anybody wants to bring desserts, the fire department is gonna have a booth, and they'll be serving lunch. Probably start around 11 o'clock, having hamburgers and hot dogs. And we used to have 2 booths. We had the barbecue with Michael, but of course he
I
won't be there
know,
anymore.
bless his
so
heart, and I miss him.
we're gonna miss him too. We do miss him. But the fire department will have hamburgers and hot dogs, and then we'll have fish supper starting around 4 o'clock, I think, fish from 4 to 7.
And they also have the ham breakfast, don't they?
We have the ham breakfast at 6, right. And then we'll have music starting at 10 o'clock, and it'll go till about 10 o'clock at night. 9 or 10, whenever everybody decides they're tired and want to go home.
When
Gilly
they're
boys
falling
are-
asleep
The
out
Gilly
there on
boys
the
are the
grass.
last ones, and they'll play till as long as there's a handful to hear them. But I do have a pretty good lineup and a couple of new faces this year. The Ridge Tops have been there before. That's going to start us off at 10 o'clock. Patsy and Nick Noakes at 10:30. David Moody is a pastor of Prosperity Baptist Church, but he has a really good voice. Sings country music and does a little gospel. I think his dad was in service with Elvis Presley. So, but
I have a descendant of
actually
Elvis.
Elvis is going to be there too. Another Elvis, not Tom, but
There is no other.
And then
Come on.
Harold Duggan will be there at 11:45. Loriana Blanton Carter will be there at 12:15. And then we'll take a break from 12:45 to 2 o'clock because we'll be getting ready for the parade. The parade will line up at 12:30 at the Highway 53
Okay.
at the junction there. So anybody that wants to be in the parade, you can bring an old car, a horse, a wagon, a bicycle, or walk if you want to. We don't care. But come be in the parade. We have a pretty good parade. It's
Dress
fun,
up
at
as
least.
a superhero and go through there.
Yeah, you can do that too. It's fun. And then the parade is from 1 to 2. Melvin Farrell's going to take off at 2 o'clock after the parade. 2:30 will be Brother Greg Mitchell. And 61 Seconds at 3 o'clock. And some of y'all know who that is. Beth Cooper, she's a new face for us this year. She's going to be on at 4. Beth Cooper and the Tennessee Hollow Band. And I've not heard them. I have heard her a little bit on just a video, but I haven't heard this band. David Turner is a ventriloquist, and he'll be there with some friends at 4:45. And Elvis will be there at 5:15. Then the Noakes and Porter, this will be Jeff Noakes and I forget the Porter man's name, and then some of the other Noakes boys will be in there with them.
Well, they all
6
play
o'clock.
something.
Every one of the boys can play an instrument.
sing
At
or
least
play
one
something.
instrument. And some of them can play several. But
Blowing the
Yeah.
jug or something. All
That's
of them do
right.
something.
and then the Gilly boys will close us out at 7 o'clock. They'll go, like I said, till 9 or 10 o'clock. But I have a couple other things besides homecoming that I want to mention. Like I said, the Gasaway Fire Department has been doing a food booth for homecoming for a few years, and they've been doing one at Red Apple Days for a few years. So we're expanding, and we're trying to get a trailer ready so we can do some more events, and we're gonna be doing, a couple of horse shows in town. May the 11th will be the first horse show, and that's gonna be a daytime show, but we'll be doing all concessions for that horse show down here at the arena in town. And then July the 20th will be a nighttime show that starts at 5 and goes to 10. The daytime show starts at 10 and goes to 5. Then July the 6th, and we're gonna be taking donations if anybody wants to donate for our fireworks. But July 6th, Gazaway is having a fireworks, and we had one last year. It's right after the 4th. We'll have also have a meal. We'll have barbecue, baked beans, coleslaw, potato chips, and that starts at 5, I'm thinking. But don't hold me to that. But you can call and I'll get the times exactly on that. But then we'll have fireworks at dark. But we'll be starting to take donations. Last year we had a really good turnout for that, and we had a lot of people donate. So we had a really good fireworks last year, and we want to keep it up and try to have a good one this year too. But the fire department also at homecoming and for the July fireworks will have a jumping house for the kids, so they have something that they want to do to occupy their time too.
Just tie it down.
Yeah, well, we will do
We don't
that.
want them to jump out of Gazaway.
We'll do that. And then August 2nd and 3rd, I think, is Red Apple Day, so we'll be doing concessions. Some of the concessions there, they have more than that, than just us, but we'll be doing a booth there. October, we're going to have our first crafts fair in Gazaway. And I've got a flyer I'm going to leave with you, Carolyn.
Good.
There's one.
I need all of it.
It's got phone numbers on there. We're already taking applications for this craft fair, and we hope to have a big fair. We want to have a good one. It's our first one, and we want it to be good. It's going to be Saturday, October the 12th, from 8 to 3. The cost is $25 to set up a booth for the craft fair. But at homecoming, you can also set up a craft booth for $10. And that's even if you get electricity, it's just $10. And we haven't had a lot in the last few years. We used to have several, but we'd like to see some come back and set up booths and let people see what you make, see what
That's
you
right.
have.
There's
Cannon
one
County is
other
one of the
thing.
biggest craft places,
It
I think.
is.
Yeah,
It is.
it is.
One other thing on your Gazaway homecoming is you have the old Gazaway Market that's been there for years. Well, it is now an antiques and crafts
And gifts.
and gifts, and they will be open. And also Gary Hancock has restored the old bank
The
building, right?
Mountains Bank, right?
And I mean,
And they're
he
gonna do
has,
a grand opening that day, on homecoming day, they're gonna do a grand opening of the old bank. So,
and he has restored it with the actual things that were in
teller
it.
cage and everything, it's got the post office in the back, it's,
Right.
yeah, they painted the building and fixed it up, put new windows in the front, it just looks great, I'm so excited about it.
That's good.
And I think, let's see, we're selling ornaments too. I think we have, this year we're doing the swinging bridge. In the past, we've done the old schoolhouse. I think we did the Melton's Bank, and now we're doing the swinging bridge. So, we got
Well,
a lot going on this year.
you do have, and I hope people go down there.
And
Like
we-
I say, a
yeah,
small
come out and
community,
support us
but
and have
they got
fun.
big music
Yeah, we got some good music.
and they want some more crafts. So if you want to set up a booth, price is reasonable.
Yeah, I don't think you'll beat $10.
Nope, I
for a
don't
day.
think you will either. And surely you can make
And
$10.
you'll enjoy the $10 if you don't make anything. Just being there all day with us, you'll enjoy it, I think. Everybody tells me that they do enjoy being there.
Good food.
We do have good food all day and good company.
Now, I want to
Good
say
music.
one thing about Karen too. She not only puts on this event, and I'm going to tell you, putting on any event is a lot of work. Believe me, I know. But she is also one of our commissioners, our county commissioners, so bless your heart. talks about it.
I drive a school bus. I dispatch
Well, there
for
you go. I
911.
didn't know about that.
I'm a county commissioner, and yeah, I've been driving a school bus 30 years. So,
Do they have a retirement plan for you?
yes.
Okay,
I just
good.
haven't chosen to take it yet.
Well, I know that feeling. I do.
I guess
Okay.
I like staying busy.
I think this is great, and I will put it on the
Yeah,
Facebook for the
everybody come out
county
and join
too.
us. Everybody out there that's watching, please come and join us.
But
think
I
you'll
got
have
a
fun.
few other ones I gotta talk about here.
Okay.
Tuesday, May 7th will be Farm Day at the old fairgrounds, and that is for all fourth graders in our county that will be taken out to that. And it's all about agriculture. And that will start at 9 a.m. The public can go out there. But what they do is the UT Extension Office puts us on with Bruce Steelman, and they have several sponsors. I'm sure the co-op, and I'm sure there's others. But it's everything farming. So I think this is such a good thing, because I don't know how many other communities that still do this. And I don't think there's a lot of schools that still have 4-H that goes into the schools. So, you'd be surprised at the fourth graders that's never petted a cow or a goat they're all gonna be there. So that's a good thing. Tuesday, May 14th, historic photos taken by Austin Jennings, who passed away earlier this year or last year. And he was a photographer at one time. And he has photos dating back to 1950 through 1970, and they will be on display and available for purchase at the Art Center, Cannon Hall, and the photos will be on display through June 22nd. If you have any questions about that, you can call the Art Center at 615-563-2787. Friday and Saturday, May 17th and 18th. Golly, good old days on the square in Woodbury. This is a senior center fundraiser. The activities will begin at Friday at 12 noon, and you can enjoy specialty shows, pageants, beauty contest, baby contest. They want somebody to go away mad, and that's a good way to do it, is have a baby contest. Vendors, entertainment, and so much more. And I'm not sure if a dog show is on their agenda for this year, but they usually have one. And that brings in about as much people as the baby contest. Everybody's proud of their dog. Be sure to check out the shops around the square too, because they have a lot of things that you would enjoy seeing also. And for information on that, you can call 615-563-5304. Thursday, May 16th, the 9th Annual Cannon Courier Hall of Fame and All Sports Banquet will be held at the Art Center beginning at 6:30. Tickets are on sale now through May 13th, and you can call the Cannon Courier and find out more information on that. May 15th through the 17th, the annual mule-pulled wagon train will be touring through Cannon County, ending in a mule show at the fairgrounds, and mules bring in a lot of people, at 10 a.m., and that is sponsored by the Middle Tennessee Mule Skinners Association. So if you look out your window and you happen to see a wagon train going by, pulled by mules, they know where they're going, okay? May 17th, Cannon County High School graduation, and it will be at the football field by the high school. May 18th, Billy Mack will be appearing at Short Mountain Distillery from 6 to 8. A couple of weeks ago, we went up there and listened to a gentleman. They had great food, prettiest farm in Cannon County. The restaurant has a beautiful view of that farm. And of course, there's always, they didn't give a tour that night. Of course, I didn't ask for one. So, but it was a fun time. And the group they had in the restaurant that was singing did a great job too. May 25th, cruise in on the square 4 to 7. All cars, trucks, and unique vehicles are welcome. And we want you to come there, and you can call the chamber if you want more information about that. And then May 25th through the 22nd is the Cannon County Walking Horse Association, and it's their Memorial Day trail ride. Horses leave the old fairgrounds or the covered arena at 11 a.m. on Saturday and ride to the campgrounds on Short Mountain. And then they have horse shows, dancing, lots of activities there for the weekend. Summer Youth Camp at the Art Center begins with Junior Conservatory Session 1, June 3rd through the 14th, 9 to 3. Junior Session 2, June 17th through the 18th. Senior Conservatory will be July 8th through the 19th. And you can call the Art Center for any information on that. May 18th and 19th, the Piano Men, and that's the music of Billy Joel and Elton John, will be at the Art Center. June 7th, this is one of my favorites, along with Elvis that won't be there this year. June 7th through the 8th will be Shake, Rattle, and Roll, which will take center stage at the Art Center. This is a group of guys that does Elvis. They do Johnny Cash. They do Carl Perkins. It's a good show. And June 22nd through the 23rd will be English Rain, and that's the music of the Beatles. That will be at the Art Center. June 1st, a townwide yard sale will be held in Woodbury and around the square. You can ask any of the antique stores about that event. June 1st, Gazaway Homecoming in Gazaway, Tennessee. Bring your own chair and stay all day. They got food, music, everything you want right there.
If you want a booth, you can call me.
There you go. If you want to set up a booth and be part of it, that's fine too. I'm out of time. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in June.